Okay, as you can tell, I have gotten the bottom tray all dry, and I had to put some extra glue at the top to tack certain pieces down, but all in all it came out well, and I cut the excess fabric around each of the sides, as you can see here, so just a little bit over. And so now what I have to do is turn this over. Remember, if you have a directional print, you have to know what's your top. And for me, these 4 holes identify my top. And because I am going to be using a directional print on the outside, that becomes even more important. I have my protective layer below, which is just a slice of plastic. And I am going to kind of eyeball where I want this to turn out, so that I can get some centering on that, and making sure it's kind of wonky. Like I said, it's kind of forgiving, so you'll have the opportunity to move some stuff over, and I'll show you what to do next. Just like you did on the inside, you're going to be a little bit generous. Notice I'm not putting as much as I did last time because I found that to be a little bit wet. And I'm still going to use my brush to try to get this as much as I can, but I don't want to have too much. So I'd rather put some more on later than I did the first time and just had too much. I recognize that some of that will go through the holes, but that's all right as well. And I think I have just enough that I can start spreading on the sides as well. You'll need to make sure, because your fabric has to go over the side and attach, adhere to all 4 sides. So I'm going to start with those 2 sides, grab a little bit more off the excess on the top and use it for the sides, the shorter sides. And like I said, you can let this dry a little and tack it up depending on your fabric. I did not put woven fuse on the inside. I wanted to see how my test would work. So I didn't put woven fuse on the inside lining, but I did decide I was going to put some on this just so that I could see how either side turned out. So we won't really know till it dries, but this side has woven fuse, my outside, and I did that on purpose. So again, what I'm doing here is just smoothing this down to ensure that there are no bubbles. The glue is not as wet, so I don't expect it to come through. But I am going to do this. And on the corners, this time I do want a bit of a fold, because it'll be going in the frame on this side. And I'm going to clip my edges like I did last time. That didn't really catch the fold, but that's okay. It will catch it on the other side, right? Hoping my camera's in focus for you so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. And I'm just making sure that it takes that glue. Remember, on the other side I made it in the middle as well, just so that there are no gaps. I'm going to do the same thing up top. Remember, I've already decided what the top is because of my directional print. If you don't have a directional print, you have nothing to worry about. Here's my other corner. Not sure that you're seeing that all that well, but here's my other corner. And so I want to make sure that I have clips on that side as well. And remember, your glue is what's tacking you down. Make sure that you're seeing all of that. You're probably not going to keep all that excess, but It's, like I said, good so that it sticks and then there are no gaps. I'm going to show you that I'm just pushing it down there, and then forgot what. You want to make sure that your folds are going in the same directions for your fabric. So that's what I was just checking there, is to make sure that it is. I'm going to stick one in the middle here again. Just kind of help everything out. And my fold was on the other side, so I'm going to make sure that my fold matches and I'm not. And if your fold is kind of thick, because like I've used woven fuse, you have some options. You can cut it if you'd like. That's one option. You know, not altogether out, but cut it just to make it easier. Or you could just decide not to use woven fuse. I'm going to put an extra clip here just because I had so much extra fabric. But you can kind of tell what the outside is going to look like. I'm going to even that up a little bit because, as you can see on this side, there's just more of the zebra print. But I'm going to go do the other side and let this dry. I'm thinking it's going to come out mighty pretty. I'm hoping you're feeling the same way. All right.